Well, there you go. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to everyone not watching also. Welcome to our second season of what was not really a first season. Hi, Richie. Good evening.
Hello, my friend, Spanks
Oh,
Foggy.
ano ba tong show na to, pare? Hindi ko alam to eh. Napag-usapan na natin to. Nabigla na lang may ganito na. How,
Basically, kalokohan lang.
sige.
Nothing too
Yeah.
serious.
Hindi, para lang. Gusto ko lang malaman para kunyari formal to. Ano bang
Mm.
haka-haka at pag-uusapan natin dito? Seryoso ba to?
No,
Um, hmm,
definitely with me in the picture, dude. With us in the
hmm.
picture, parang wala yatang ano, wala yatang serious.
Oo. And then, kasi di ba, para lang malaman ng our millions of viewers out there, di ba? Kasi, pareho tayo may podcast, di
Yeah.
ba? Siguro, let's start. How will you differentiate this from Sinigang with Ed and Sharwin?
Mhm.
Ano ba to? Anong diferensya? Ano ba? Alam ko may diferensya tayo, pero what's our difference here?
Well, I know. Tayo kasi we are not. Ang thrust talaga namin dito sa Sinigang is really the food industry, anything to do with food. While here
Hmm.
sa RAWR, we're not constrained to just food. Although you and I are known for our love for food.
We're,
Uh,
we're very famous.
we're not. It's not like I said. It's not constrained to food. We both love watching shows. We both love sports. So anything under the sun,
Oo,
tipong
tama
ano,
yun. Tama
the
yun.
man show, kumbaga.
Ah! Sino na nga si Man Show?
Si Jimmy Kimmel, di ba? That's Jimmy
Nung,
Kimmel
nung,
and
nung mataba pa si Jimmy Kimmel, di ba? A long time ago,
Adam
mataba
Carolla.
pa si Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, yeah. Wow. Tapos, saan natin pinapanood yun? Wala pang internet
Jack
masyado
TV
yun, di ba?
yun.
Oh,
Jack
fuck,
TV.
Jack TV. Damn. Alam mo, nagsasubscribe ako dati sa mga cable. I think that was home cable or something. Para
Hmm.
lang sa Jack TV. Yung
Oh,
kalokohan ng Jack TV. Di ba?
oh, oh.
And that was my white noise was Jack TV. And
Ano
then,
yan?
what was,
It had a lot of those edgier male-centric na shows.
what was that show na puro geek sila tapos bigla na doon sa Olivia Munn? Was it Olivia Munn?
Yeah.
That Pucha, she was so hot.
Attack of the
Attack the
Attack of the
Nerds.
Show. Attack of the
Ah,
Show.
yun. Yeah. Tapos, what else did I watch here? I can't remember. But how long ago was this? Was this 20 years ago?
Wow. Yeah. No.
Huh?
No. Well, I don't know. More than definitely siguro mga
15.
10 to 15 years ago. Oh my
Oo,
God.
kasi ang pinapanood ko pa noon, inaaway ko pa si Jack TV noon kasi ang nangyayari, they carried Letterman for a while.
Yeah.
And sorry for fans of these new guys, si Fallon, tama. Kamote yun compared to I think kamote si Fallon even compared to Leno eh. 'Di ba? But I was watching Letterman on Jack TV for a long time. And the programming people there would not know what to do with him. Parang hindi nila, lalagay nila alas 2 ng hapon. Putang ina, late show yun eh.
Oo nga.
'Di ba? Sa lagay mo prime time, no, you put him at the time slot where he's supposed to be, which is 11 p.m.
Oo.
Or in our case, it was actually 12 hours after his US broadcast. So
Right.
okay na eh. And then nag-inaaway ko sila, pare, ini-email ko sila. Wala pang Viber noon. Hinahanap yung email nila, wala para halos Facebook noon. Tapos ba't yung inuuna si Leno? Bado yan, gago yan, traidor yan, hutas yan. I wouldn't know. I was not passionate about it. So Jack TV would get a lot of irate emails from me and the messages. And ang kawawa dyan lahat na, di ba, remember our friend, Jane Chua. Di ba? She's programming of Sky Cable.
Right.
And then that fucking Solar Sports, at one point, nag-away sila ng Sky Cable, di ba?
Right.
Tinanggal nila yung NBA. Then yung inaaway ko, dahil wala si Jane Chua. Kawawa naman.
Si Jane was already Sky at that time?
Ha?
Si Jane.
Yeah! Nakilala ko si Jane Chua, pare, noon eh. I met Jane, it's like 12 years ago. From the day I met her, Sky Cable na yun.
Hi, Jane.
Oh, hindi na Jane, manood kayo! Hindi na, si Jane Chua, for those not familiar, she is the beautiful blogger known as Between Bites.
Yes.
Ngayon, rich yun na siya eh. Sikat na siya bilang TikToker.
Oo nga.
Oh, do you watch her TikTok? Parang hindi si Jane. Oh my God, I'm scandalized sometimes.
No.
Oh, una,
I gotta what I gotta say about Jane is that she is ageless. Parang hindi tumatanda.
parang sinabi mo na rin na matanda siya.
No, but
Kaya
from
ka
the moment I met
eh.
her,
Oh.
from the moment I met her na nagbe-between bites to now na nagti-TikTok, she looks the same.
Oh.
She looks the same.
Para siyang si Diana Prince.
Yan.
Parang si Wonder Woman. Siguro mga 500 years old na yan si Jane, pare.
We have
Yeah.
we have someone watching from my YouTube channel, Leroy Waddington, watching all the way from Australia. I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, we
Hi,
will.
good day. Hi,
We'll
Leroy.
It's pretty late there, isn't it? Around midnight, almost.
How's it going, Leroy?
Yeah.
We hope you're safe from COVID.
I think
And
they're doing pretty well there. Yeah,
I know.
like New Zealand. So, hello, Leroy. What if you can make a comment? What city are you from, or what state are you from in Australia? Just want to say hi. So, one of my favorite countries.
So,
Rich.
just sorry, let me interject lang, Spanks.
Mm, mm.
To those watching and you want to leave a comment, please go to the Pickiest Eater Facebook page and leave a comment there.
Oh,
That's where we'll be able to see the comment if I am not mistaken. For some reason, the comment should be coming out, but for some reason, I'm not seeing it.
so this is really a highly technical production.
Right.
Run by two very proficient IT experts who
All right.
barely got SteamYard. What's this? Is this
I
SteamYard?
know.
Who barely got SteamYard. Oh, and okay. So hi, Leroy. Good to see
Thanks
you.
again, Leroy, for tuning in. And
So
we also
Leroy knows you from the Pickiest Eater blog.
no, I believe he's just from you. He's on YouTube. I think I am. My stream came out.
Oh, what
We
stream
also
are we
have
talking about?
someone from. We have Kev TV from Los Angeles. Are
Oh, what? Okay,
vaccinations available in the Philippines? Yes, they
barely,
are available, but there is some
barely.
distribution problems. So
Have you been vaccinated, Kev? Or how about you, Richie? Have you been vaccinated?
I have not. We're still waiting for a text from Pasig. Sabi ko nga, I was planning on. I asked Trina, what if I tell them na, what if I list down there? I sabi ko, what if I list down I'm obese so they'll give me priority. Pero I'm worried they won't believe me. Then Rena's like,
And,
I think there's a, lagay mo kaya. They
no,
might believe you.
I think the camera adds 10 pounds. So Richie's actually quite slim, very svelte. So don't believe everything that you see here, especially on the YouTube channel. But Richie's he's been on some sort of diet kick for the past few months. And I remember Richie was doing this. He was getting these food packs, and they were healthy, like 200 calories per meal. And he would have them, and I'm not sure. You be the judge if he's been able to successfully utilize that strategy to lose weight. Wait, I seem to have lost Richie though. Okay. While I wait for Richie to come in, so let me just introduce myself for those who have not yet met me personally or are here because of Richie. So Richie and I are really, really good friends, and he was one of the best friends I've made in this whole blogging industry. That I believe Richie's blog started back in 2009 or 2008, and I remember when people were first telling me, and I was at this event for food bloggers. There aren't really a lot of food bloggers these days. We're more of a vloggers and writers. So blogging as an industry, if you can call it that, has really, I think the people literally have turned the page on blogging, but I still feel it's very important. And if you look back on Richie's blogs, especially the early days of the Pickiest Eater, are you still there? What happened to
Yeah.
you?
Sorry about that. I have no idea, but I'm back.
Okay. No, I was giving them the story of how we met,
Okay.
right? So how long ago did you start the Pickiest Eater blog?
2010. And
See,
then I
tama
believe
ako.
you and I met mga 2011.
Yeah, just a year after. And
Yeah.
but in a year's time, Richie had already created quite an impression in the industry. And people kept on telling you gotta meet this guy. He's funny, he writes so well, he's as cute as Adam Richmond, he's
Wow.
really yeah, and all of those things. And remember, you won the Oreo contest
Yes.
a couple of years later, right?
Yep.
And that's
2012.
how, right? And that's how Richie and I met. And where did we first have dinner together with the gang?
Casa Armas.
Galing. What branch?
Siyempre Greenbelt. I right after work, just down the street. I
Oh,
used
and
to work
I
in the
remember
shopping.
you couldn't really stay long,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You just had a couple of bites of paella, whatever it was we were
Yeah, yeah.
eating. Then you left. Oh,
Because I honestly at that time, that was probably like the second or third time lang. The second, I believe it was like the second time I went out to a blogger event. The first time was in Gwen's house. I think it was Gwen's house in Magallanes for Best Food Forward. Uh,
okay.
that was the first time that I went out, and then again, when I was invited, I by you, no,
Mm.
it was Mel of Certified Foodies, the one who mentioned me, mentioned
Mm.
your name and said, has Spanky Enriquez gotten in touch with you yet? And I said, not yet. Why? And he goes, oh, because I talked to him about you, and I was telling him that
Oh, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
should that he should invite you. Then yeah, he said nga
Si
that he
Mel pala
enjoyed it.
yun.
Mel,
Ooh.
Then I said,
Yeah.
I remember the first time he invited me was to it was an oyster bar buffet for uh, I'm not sure kung Century Plaza or Sheraton or something. Basta one of the a hotel
What?
in Manila. Oh, it was for a hotel in Manila. I forgot which one. Or was it ano? But I forgot. Basta it was a buffet. And I told you and that I couldn't make it because of the I had work. And then you said,
Mm.
okay, what area do you work in? I said Makati. And he goes,
Yeah,
all right,
right, right.
a Makati dinner. So from there, Casa Armas, I said it was perfect. What you were then when you invited me, you said,
Mm.
yeah, because I want you to meet Franny Wani, I want you to meet Tales from the Tummy,
Oh,
and
ako ba nagpakilala sa'yo?
that was
Hindi
the
mo sila
first time.
kilala nun?
Hindi ko sila
What?
kilala. Franny, I had
Oh.
met already once before,
Mm.
because during Yummy Eats, I believe,
Mm. Yeah.
during Yummy Eats, that she was still working with Yummy at that time. Out of nowhere, she approached me. Hi, you're the pickiest eater, right? And when I turned around, boom,
Ah.
it was Franny. And I was a fan of, and I've been a fan of Franny, but she was really one of the bloggers that I was already reading prior to becoming a blogger. One of the reasons that inspired me to blog was reading Fran's blog. In fact,
Yeah.
I say this a lot. I say this a lot. I confessed it to her already that when I did my very first I more or less cut and pasted her rules and regulations from her Starbucks giveaway because I didn't know how to run a giveaway on my blog. So I said, okay, why don't then when I was searching, I saw that Fran had a giveaway. I said, oh, okay, this is what I'll do. Gayahin ko na lang yung kay Fran.
Mm.
And and years later when we were talking about doing giveaways. I mentioned it to her, actually, Fran, I have a confession to make. I literally cut and pasted to the point I almost published it na saying, for inquiries, email franiwani at gana. I almost forgot to delete that part. So Yun, we have a few. Oh, see Kev. Okay, it's good to see. Good to hear that Kev got the J&J vaccine. Nice to
Good to
hear,
know.
buddy.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, get those shots in your arms, guys. The only way we can end this pandemic is by getting everyone vaccinated. No, and another Leroy, our buddy Leroy has a question: is Rico's lechon any good, Spanky?
Yes, yes, absolutely very good. It's quite different from many of the other lechons available out there, primarily because it's spicier than most.
Yeah,
And
because they do have a spicy version, and the spicy
mm,
version is really good. Uh,
so yeah,
uh,
I would place Rico's in my top five.
Definitely, definitely. And
Mm,
they what's good about it is that it's a Cebu lechon, and the Cebu lechon is known for using lemongrass stuffing tanglad, right?
mm.
Inside their lechon. So it imbues the meat with flavor. Medyo may pagka-fragrant siya, no?
Parang ikaw,
Diba?
like
Just
you. Yeah, he's a fragrant young man,
all
and
right. And Jason Robertson, let's go. I love the energy, buddy. All right.
I love all caps. I love uppercase because
Oh,
that's how I
see?
write. Did you notice?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know when it's
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
your best show on
yeah,
YouTube. We are literally 16 minutes in, and we are the best show on YouTube, announced by Jason Robertson.
yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
We shall be the best show on YouTube in around 5 years
Right,
time.
and a fellow food vlogger, Eric Teodoro. What's up, buddy? Hope all is well with you. Oh, Spanky, someone has a question. Our buddy Jason,
Ah,
what's your fave burger in the metro?
okay, let me give you off the top of my head top three right now. Um, Nanka is a Japanese restaurant in Quezon City. The chef Mike Santos trained under the one of the top two French chefs in the Philippines, Cyril Soinen. And so he's got this fine dining French technique background. But somehow, even when I met him a dozen years ago, see Mike Santos already was dreaming of a burger restaurant, and he finally was able to achieve this in Nangka. So he uses a brioche bun. Then he's
Yeah.
got a really good, maybe 75% lean to 25% fat ratio. It's hand chopped and everything. It's really a good burger because you have to be a burger lover to create a good burger. And Nanka Japanese Steakhouse has accidentally because he Mike only decided to offer the burgers during the pandemic because obviously people were not really going out for super expensive steaks, fine dining. So he said, I need a product that can move and move
Mhm.
well. So he put up his Nanka cheeseburger. So that's in my top three.
Mhm.
Uh, Carlo Miguel's burger beast is, I think for all of us, no, I think Carlo
The
Miguel is highly
umami.
regarded. Oh, see, Carlo Miguel is where's Carlo? Carlo spent time in Sydney also, like so he's also from Australia partly. And he's if I were to name a chef, would be the maestro of burgers in the food. I think it's Carlo. Pretty
Burger
sure.
savant.
Oh no, that's a man. You know, even from BBK, so it's been
Oh,
Carlo, and he's got
that was my
umami
favorite.
burger.
BBK, Boutique Burger Kitchen. My God.
Yeah, and then my number three would be Sweet Ecstasy.
Sweet X. I knew you were gonna say that. Yep.
Ecstasy, yeah. So top three, easily the top of mind. Then there are a lot more. Quarter pounder with cheese is a childhood favorite. It's always there. To hell with the snobs, you know. I don't care what you think. It's really good. It's really good. If you're stuck in traffic and what do? You can't find Sweet X, you can't find Nanka, you can't find Burger Beast. There's a McDonald's around the corner. What am I gonna get? I'm gonna get a quarter pounder with cheese. Yeah.
Good list.
Ikaw, Rich. What's your top three?
Apart from those, I'm I gotta go also again with Shake Shack pa rin. I still really love
Oh
Shake
yeah,
Shack.
of course, absolutely.
I haven't actually tried their new barbecue burger, but I want to. Um, I am a fan of Hack and Sack. It's pretty good also, really good.
Alam mo, that's the one in Erod, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I've been wanting to go. I've been
good.
wanting to go. But I want to
And
go there. eat inside. I don't want to just take it out. I just want to
Yeah,
experience it.
yeah.
You know? Kasi parang diner feel siya, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Hack and sack. I
And
love the name. Yeah.
yeah, it's because Hackensack, New Jersey. There's a famous diner. It's known for
Mm.
their diners, diba? And if you go into if you see the restaurant itself, blast from the past siya talaga. It's
So it's a diner. It's a diner
it's a
feel.
diner,
Diner
old
look,
school
yeah.
diner feel talaga.
Okay.
So for those that want to check out my vlog, it's there.
No,
But,
you know, that's exactly why I bookmarked that blog, and then whenever I would pass it, because I know exactly where it is. I've been
right,
stalking the place. If you're driving along Enriquez towards Cubao, right before you turn left towards Morato, it's there on the right side.
right.
Hack and sack.
Yeah.
Ano siya?
And
Are they like White Castle burgers? In my
no,
impressions, they're like
no,
White Castle,
it's
but not at all.
it's no, it's more like ano
Mm,
talaga. It's a old fashioned talaga burgers.
mm.
Old fashioned burgers. Just really good. Masarap yung ano nila. They're everything from the bun to the ano. They do diner food as well. So hindi ka maano.
Merong milkshakes.
Meron. Masarap
Kasi
din yung
I'm a
milkshake.
milkshake guy, you know.
Yeah.
Right? Kasi nung Richie ba, nung unang panahon, before
Wow.
in a long
Gunigonggo
time
yan.
ago in a galaxy far away,
Nung unang panahon.
no, actually ganito. Wala pang McDonald's dito. I can tell you the day that McDonald's arrived in the Philippines. It was in 1981.
Mm.
And the very first McDonald's was right across the Far Eastern University campus on Moraita. And
Okay.
no one really knew what McDonald's was. There actually was a sign on the very first McDonald's here, McDonald's, and under it, hamburger restaurant. So people would know what it was.
Yeah.
Oo. And syempre, nung bata ko nakapunta ng Amerika, nakaka-McDonald's ako. Nung una kong punta sa McDonald's, sabi ko, shit, McDonald's! My God! And what's the first thing, that's the thing you miss most in the States that you don't really get here? I mean, in my case, milk.
Yeah.
Vitamin D milk, di
Okay.
ba? 3% fat. So, kala ko yung milk sa McDonald's parang imported din. I thought it was like those giant gallon containers of milk. So, I ordered. Then I was with my dad. So, anong order mo, iho? Yun, fish fillet. I ordered 2 sandwiches at the start. You know, wala akong pakialam. I'm at McDonald's. I want a fish fillet. I want a Big Mac. And what do you want to drink? I want milk. So my dad, milk? What the hell are you gonna get milk for? Ikala ko important din binigay naka Tetra Pak Magnolia milk. What the fuck is this shit? Damn it. So I never, long story, I never ordered milk in McDonald's again. But yeah.
Ako, ang McDonald's story ko is that I grew up in Cebu. And Cebu had their first McDonald's, I believe, in the year 1993 or 94, around
Wow,
like that.
tagal.
Tagal talaga. And I was there from 1988. So my mom and dad
Wow.
would fly back and forth to Manila and Cebu. And whenever they would ask what we want, it would always be a Big Mac. They would bring us 2 or 3 Big Mac. Tapos, hindi pa namin kakainin when we got it. Ihintayin namin kasi gusto namin pag recess, lalabas namin Big Mac.
Wait, what is the day after it arrived from Manila?
Yeah.
Oh.
So talaga payabangan talaga. So, then you you don't eat it pa muna, you hang out sa labas ng sa canteen, you walk around with it.
Wrapper probably. No, but then it was still in a styrofoam box.
It was in the styrofoam box, right?
Yeah.
So titigil talaga yung mga tao, uy, ano yung Big Mac? Kasi, oh, what this?
You're just caressing the box.
Diba?
Look at this.
And there was one time, sa kayabangan ko, medyo madulas yan because of the special sauce.
True.
Nalaglag ko yung isang portion. I literally talaga dusted it off talaga tapos binalik ko na lang. Pero yun, up to now, I gotta admit, McDonald's is still a big part of my life.
I know. Especially your wife.
It's a Friday night and Saturday morning tradition with me and my daughter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's Friday night. She doesn't care what we get. Basta she needs a cheesy burger McDo and her shake fries. And then in Saturday morning, Rena is still sleeping. So it's me and Rain in the morning that are awake, and she gets her cheesy egg desal. Well, I get my McMuffin. Plural pala, McMuffins. Sausage McMuffin. But here's a weird quirk. I don't know if
Mm.
other people do this, but I I have a quirk when it comes to McDonald's. Breakfast, I need to eat the. I love the sausage McMuffin. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, same.
Diba? I would eat it with strawberry jam, break
Oy,
off half an hash brown, chuck it in, to give it a little bit of a crunch. So
okay.
I suggest everyone try that. It's delicious.
I've
And
no, I've done that with the strawberry jam,
yeah, and
but
then
not with the hash brown. Yeah.
try it with the hash brown. Gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then for all the burgers, Rina knows this because I have a stash of barbecue sauce in the house. I
I know
cannot
that
eat
too. Yeah.
I cannot eat any I cannot eat any burger McDonald's without adding barbecue sauce because nasasayangan ako. It
Alam mo,
makes
gawin
it
mo,
10 times more awesome.
you should record yourself on TikTok, getting
Yeah,
all those McDonald's barbecue
hacks.
sauce.
Yeah, I think I'll do it. I don't know how to do TikTok. I'm still trying. Papaturo ako kay Mark Tan. Mark Tan, if you're listening, Teacher Mark, paturo naman.
Ako, may tuturo kasi TikTok.
Oh,
I
wholesome.
actually, no, of course not. Of course, it's not wholesome. But I'll just tell you a story, guys, about Richie. When and this parallels our early friendship.
Parang
And I asked
kinakabahan ako bigla.
Richie, who was by then already in Instagram. Sabi ko, Rich, paano ba tong Instagram? Di ba? I didn't know it. I remember asking this. No, ganito yan. Just set up your account. And then, so how do I follow people? Then what this guy does is he, without my knowing, because I trust him completely, implicitly. Then he starts following like 100 sexy Instagram babes there. And that totally corrupted my algorithm. Up to now, almost 10 years later, all the suggestions of Instagram are all of these half naked women. And I'm totally offended, man. It's,
It was all
it's
downhill
ridiculous.
from
It's an uphill, actually. It changed my life.
there. We have
So
another
that's what you
question
see.
from our friend Leroy, buddy.
Hmm.
I want to come to Manila to go to a food buffet. Any recommendations?
Hmm. Here's the thing, Leroy. We should wait for our advice as to when buffets will be available again. Because right now we are, but if you're coming maybe in the next couple of months, they should be open again. The best one, my number one favorite for the past decades has been Alba. It's a Spanish buffet, and they have the best callos, and they have a cochinillo, and it's just there. I mean, you've got the whole spread of all your classic Spanish dishes and desserts, the canonigo and everything. But you can just go there for the callos, right? And roasted baby pig, the cochinillo. That's it,
I,
and you'll
I
you'll
didn't
be
know that
very
Alba.
happy.
I didn't know Alba had a buffet.
They eventually shifted that because everyone just they were offering a la carte,
Yeah.
right, for all of these chorizos and everything. But they said, and they saw because they have a really consistent and really excellent commissary.
Mm.
And Alba has how many? They have one in Mall of Asia. They have one in Jupiter and Polaris in Makati, one in Capital Commons, and one
Mm.
more. I'm
Yeah.
missing one more. And they for me the most consistent mid price buffet. I think the buffet before pandemic was only around 700 on a weekday lunch.
Mm. Mm.
Best bang for the buck anywhere. Excellent, excellent span. It was everything in the buffet you would proudly order as an a la carte
Mm.
item in any other Spanish restaurant, and they were all good. I mean, 'cause sometimes it's a problem with buffets, right?
Yeah.
Especially in hotel buffets, sometimes in the old school. But
Right.
ikaw, what's your favorite buffet?
Well, I would definitely recommend New by Vikings at Podium,
Yeah, yep,
specifically
yep.
the Podium branch.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
uh,
like the place. It's all
yeah,
purple. It's all purple.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then, of course, we the Philippines is famous. The most famous buffet in the Philippines is Spiral. No, if you have
Mm.
money to spend, by all means, try Spiral. But you can find other buffets that are would give you great value for money as well, so you don't have to break the bank.
I think the last buffet I went to was for a while it opened. There was a little
Mhm.
window that the restaurants were allowed to operate, and especially buffets.
Yes.
Fresh at where's Fresh? Fresh is at
Holiday Inn? No, no, no.
no. Not Okada, the very far end. Soler. Fresh at Soler. At the
I haven't been
Valerian.
to there yet.
Yeah.
You invite me, but I'm never able to go.
Ang layo eh. Ang layo.
Yeah.
And I remember we were there with for our group, there's only a few people who can go out, who dare go out. That's Jerry's and Mega Dude for Food, Nines, who's now Manila Streets, and Cat and Luke,
Yeah.
Hungry Cat. So we've been going out, especially when we are allowed to dine in. And Fresh Buffet really stood out. They have all the safety protocols in place. It feels very safe, and you can just act like a solario don, and then just click your hands, and they'll just come in whatever you want.
You
But
know,
you feel very safe, especially now.
I just gotta say, bro, that we have some people watching us. Si Stony Bird, si Joanne, si paring Vincent Wanta, si Vince.
Wow.
But for some reason, hindi lumalabas yung comments na here on our StreamYard, no? So I have to fix that. I gotta figure out
Wow. You're
why.
such a technical. You're such a
I know.
technical savant.
Let me see.
Saan mo nakikita yung comments nila? Sa PS Eater?
Mm.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
From the, then here, Rina's here also showing me. Good. Pansinin mo naman kami. Kanina pa kami
Sino?
nandyan sa si
Yes.
even si Mark Tan nag-hello.
Ay, si Mark Tan. Hindi, papatuloy tayo mag-TikTok kasi ang alam ko ng turo sa TikTok sila. Ano?
Kaya nga.
I can
Si
give you a
Mark,
list.
I'm really believe dito kay Mark how he really studies his TikTok because
Teacher yan eh. Magaling
kaya nga
yan.
eh. One of his latest videos got 35,000 views in 2 3 days.
What, the cooking videos?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nako,
Mark.
Spanky, may tanong si Jason Robertson sa'yo.
Mm.
Hindi ko ito masasagot. Best bar on Burgos Street.
Wow, that's a really good question because right now they're all closed. Jason just advised because of the COVID protocols and what the government has decided to do was close down all the bars upon the assumption, correctly actually, that the more tipsy you become, the closer and closer you get, and you start breaking all the social distancing protocols. So sadly, all the bars are closed right now, and there is a liquor ban, I believe. But let me just go back to pre-pandemic. There was a bar that I really, really liked called Bang Bang, and they had really, really good cocktails. And but I think the most famous bar there, especially internationally, would be Agimat.
Okay.
And Agimat is what is Agimat? Oh, it's a talisman, right?
Talisman.
It's a beautiful bar that has an actual tree, a large acacia tree, which is smack in the center of the bar. So that would be the number one bar there. Then they have all of these tribal cocktails and everything. It's an experience. It really is. So if I were to, but if you're referring to a bar on Burgos Street, a bar on Burgos Street, sorry, let me reread that question again. We can send you a private message about that.
Ang alam ko lang, filling station. Pwede ba yan?
A filling station is a really good bar. It's been there for like, what, 30 years? Yun, mukhang diner din, di ba? It's basically a diner.
Yeah. It looks like a 50s diner. Americana talaga.
But here's the thing about Burgos now. You go downstairs, in the street level from filling station. It's like Bangkok. What's it? The district is it Patpong? It's very Patpong, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So everyone's just, especially if you're an expat. Yeah, I don't know. So I read about it on Wikipedia. If you're an expat or someone who looks like mestizo, Spanish like Richie,
wow,
they will just grab you or tap you.
Nagsalita si Mr. Enriquez.
Massage, sir. Me love you long time. we give you happy ending. So that's how it is, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's be
So,
very. I'm saying that's a caveat to all the people watching. Careful lang kayo, kasi mamaya
always.
mahila kayo. Kala nyo nakikipagkaibigan lang. They're making friends, but all of there's a
Right.
bed, there's a red light, and there's baby oil. What the hell's happening here?
Surprise.
Yeah, just relax and enjoy the show. Yeah.
Oh, so bad trip lang because I can't get the comments working, but I really
You'll
was
fix it
hoping
next
to,
week.
yeah, I was hoping, yeah, I'll fix it next week, but I was
No,
really
there
hoping to,
actually there are people watching.
yeah. That's why
Good evening. Yeah. Thanks
uh,
for watching. Thanks for
yeah,
watching our
occasionally,
very first episode. Yeah.
Kev,
We're
Eric.
very grateful for spending the time with us.
So, what I wanted to discuss, well, not discuss, wanted to talk about during this pandemic is that we've had a lot of time to watch a lot of some of TV catch up on our television, especially me, and so Spanky and I were discussing what has been our favorite uh,
Shows, not movies.
shows,
Shows,
yeah,
yeah.
that we have watched during this pandemic. Diba? And
Oh, wow! You made the list? Holy shit, man.
okay. So, ano muna, before we get started, Spanky, may marami kang hindi na isama, marami
Yeah.
kang honorable mentions that you wanted to catch up on because when I asked you, you just rapid fire and said this, that. And then when I asked you again, you said, oh nga, no, dami akong di nasama.
That's true. But the top five that I gave is actually my top five. But let me
All
just
right.
run down the ones that I missed because it was a golden year for television,
Right.
right? And it's very ironic, or I mean, maybe God does provide that in a year where all of us were stuck at home globally, Netflix really came up with so many good shows. Likewise, HBO with all the prestige shows, and there was just a lot. So you could actually stay home for weeks on end, and just be in your boxers, and all you had to do was survive. To survive was just turn on your television set and have Wi-Fi. Will travel, will survive, right? So let me just rattle off or list down the things that didn't make it to my top five.
Okay.
Okay, first off, Queen's Gambit.
Okay. I heard
And
of
for
everyone that
you
has
have not watched it?
I haven't seen it yet, but everyone that I have spoken to
Oh,
has had the same reaction. Na parang, what the hell's wrong with
oh,
you? Why haven't you watched it yet?
yeah. But do you know how to play chess? Have you ever played chess?
I do not. I can play Dama.
It's okay. You don't need to know a single move or what a rook does or what a knight does. Nothing. You can come in this completely blind,
Great. Well, I
right?
enjoyed searching for Bobby Fischer. So,
Mm.
diba? And I didn't know anything about chess, but it seemed like exciting.
Yeah. So here and they ramp up the excitement, the suspense, and it's a star-making turn for this actress named Anya Taylor Johnson.
Hmm.
Yeah, you remember her from Split,
Yeah.
right? And she was this
Mhm.
wide-eyed ingenue who was being chased by the monster, right? And that was sort of the comeback movie of M. Night Shyamalan, and which fizzled out because the sequel sucked, right? But that was where most people first noticed her. And there was a movie before that where she also starred, and I can give you a list, but she's been a really good actress for quite a while now. And she got this very distinct. She's got big, her eyes, literally parang anime eyes. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Ganon, ang gosh, beautiful eyes. So just
I didn't
watching her, even if
recognize her because of her haircut. I didn't
her haircut,
recognize
right? Oh,
her.
but yeah, her most outstanding and hypnotic feature literally are her eyes. So Queen's Gambit, watch it. I'm telling you, watch one episode, you'll be drawn in.
Mm.
It's one of those shows that you want to binge, and the production design is second to none. Absolutely epic production design. Second,
Before you go further, Spanks, I wanted to say hello to Princess and Franny. Franny is commenting on your lights. She loves the lights that you got set up there.
purple
Yun.
yan, purple.
Kaya nga.
Never meant to
Tal-
cause you in trouble. Never meant to cause you in pain.
Next. Next
Hindi,
honorable
ikaw, wala,
mention.
ikaw muna, honorable mention mo. Wala ka bang honorable mention?
Me, I just have one.
Oh, sige, ikaw
Uh,
muna.
it is Kingdom, because Kingdom season 2 was released last year,
Hmm.
and thankfully I hadn't watched one before 2 came out, because if I keep telling that if I had to wait for that cliffhanger of
Hmm.
Kingdom season 1, if I had to wait 1 year for season 2 to come
Kingdom,
out.
for everyone watching, ito yung Korean medieval zombies.
Right, it's a zombie flick. Well, that's
Ang
why
galing yan. It's such
it's
good
really
shit.
good.
My
It's really good.
goodness, yeah.
Uh, if I had to wait 1 year for that cliffhanger, I would have been
Hmm.
pissed off talaga. Because it ends talaga sobrang cliffhanger. It's
Oh,
the
kasi di ba
zombies
supposedly
were
pag malamig na, hindi na ganun ba pag malamig or mainit hindi
right.
na makagalaw
No,
yung zombies.
actually, ang problema, if I recall correctly, I haven't seen it in a while, but kala nila it was by the darkness
Cold.
yata or
Di ba
something.
cold
It was
or
the
rain or
cold.
something?
Oo,
Yeah.
oo, parang ganun.
Yeah.
Can't remember anymore. Shucks. Tito Richie talaga. I feel so old.
Yeah. The Kingdom is so good. I think for me, my mental conversation then was these are the scariest zombies ever. Ever.
Di ba?
Oh, ever. Especially season 2, episode 1. The fuck? Walang sinabi sila Atlanta zombies ang Walking Dead. No?
Wala. Yung Walking Dead, di ako natatakot sa zombies. Nakakatakot yung
Yeah.
mga tao. Yung mga tao sa, ano, di ba? The
Yeah.
scary zombies were, World War Z, because they run. Di ba?
I love World War Z. Well, World War Z is probably my number one zombie movie ever. Ang number two, of course, siguro top two, Zack. My second would be, was it Dawn or Day of the Dead by Zack Snyder? Zack Snyder's
Yeah.
the best movie.
Si,
Was it
si
Dawn of the Dead? Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead.
But Batista has a new one on Netflix. Zack Snyder din
Mm.
daw yan. Diba? Was it Zack Snyder also? Is a new zombie movie out on
Mm.
or coming on Netflix?
Coming
Lyra
soon, I
is
guess.
asking, have you seen The Serpent?
Yes. The Asians, again, Richie, it's on Netflix now. He's the Asian serial killer who was operating out of Thailand and
Oh.
Cambodia and all of these in the 70s, and they have beautiful production design. You watching it, you would really think it's going back in time. You think it was shot in the 70s. Galing.
Oh,
Galing
na.
talaga. And all the costumes and everything and the script and the guy was freaking weird. And if you see it, you're just gonna ask yourself, buti na lang hindi siya nagpuntang Pilipinas. It's good he didn't operate here because we have enough fucking killers here in the Philippines anyway. Serial killers who are not called serial killers, they're called beep. Whatever. Okay.
Okay, so
So
your next honorable mention.
next one to mention is The Undoing. Undoing. Did you
Okay.
ever see this? It's Hugh Grant and
No.
Nicole Kidman. Suddenly, HBO dropped this show, 6 episodes about this. I wouldn't say dysfunctional couple, a very rich Manhattan couple, and New York's a character here. That's why my friends who've stayed in New York were feeling a bit wistful when they were watching this
Mhm.
because it really showed New York in the way it is, the way it usually is, or the
Yeah.
way it's going to become again right now because things are opening up in the U.S. and it's a very suspenseful. It's an old school thriller, very similar to I would say to Fatal Attraction. If you
Okay.
remember those Michael Douglas movies,
Yeah.
and what was the one with Sharon Stone? I'm sure you know this.
Basic
Michael
Instinct.
Douglas. Oh. Wala pang 1 second. Yeah, let's move to the scene, the interrogation scene. I watched it recently. What was Sharon Stone's name in Basic Instinct?
Catherine
Chamel.
Jamel. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. You don't know Michael's name there, but you know Catherine Chamel.
Don't make me solve any math or anything like that.
Yeah, so this is like
Attractive women.
hence the name of the show, the RAWR show. Catherine
The
Chamel.
RAWR.
Anyway, sa Undoing, one of the key things that happens is very early on, a beautiful young lady is violently murdered. That's the whole crux of the show.
Okay.
But she's really hot.
Okay.
She's really hot,
So,
and it's really very graphic. Huh? Everything's
mm,
graphic, if you know what I mean. So
I
but it's really a good watch.
I was surprised with how old Hugh Grant looks already.
He looks like a
Uh,
prune.
Diba? He looks really old already. But
Oh,
I'm glad I can say but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that he didn't go the Mickey Rourke type and
oh.
so he's aging, but at least he's doing so naturally.
You know what? You know, in especially here, especially in this show, you watch him, and I was thinking, did they really add more wrinkles to his face? 'Cause he's not that old, right?
Right, right.
But if you see him, like, everything's lined. He looks everything. Parang he looks like a raisin.
And ano pa naman
Or
kasi
your fingers when you get to stay long to. That's how he looks like. It's crazy.
like, Rina kasi used to love to watch Notting Hill. When
Yeah,
nagtatrabaho na siya, whether it's Notting Hill, 2 weeks notice. She just so there's a white noise while she's working, no.
yeah.
So I would see Hugh Grant in his prime, di ba? And
Mm.
then all of a sudden, when I saw this, it was at that Netflix something about the coronavirus or something. It was like a satire where he played like
Mm.
it was like a mockumentary. I
Yeah, yeah.
didn't recognize it was him because he looked so old.
What was your favorite Hugh Grant role? Ikaw.
I did like Notting Hill.
Mm.
I can't remember. Um, I can't remember the first one that would come to mind. Talaga is Notting Hill.
Oh, the first one. My favorite Hugh Grant obviously is Love Actually because I watch Love Actually every year.
Yeah, I know. If Christmas, di ba?
Oh.
Tradition mo yan.
Mm. Feel it in my fingers. No, it's for me. It's his signature bumbling English one role, and
Right.
he was sort of. And this was before he was doing a riff on. No, it wasn't Major yet. Siguro Tony Blair na yun. Yeah, Tony Blair days na yun.
Blair. Yeah.
Oh, so he was like doing a riff on Tony Blair, sort of, but as a single Tony Blair,
Right.
right? But that is and that was a really really good love story, di ba? And he fell in love with this. Parang ano yan eh, parang it's like a Disney movie,
Right.
right? You fall in love with the parang Cinderella.
Yeah, medyo kabiliktaran ng Notting Hill.
Oo.
Di ba?
Right,
He
right,
was the
right.
one naman that was the public figure that fell in love with the commoner. Di ba?
Huh? Oh yeah, Notting Hill, siya si ano, di ba? Si Julia
Si
Roberts, si...
Julia Roberts. So that's
Yeah,
why
that was
actually
good.
it's kind of kabaliktaran. He was the
Yeah.
public figure that fell in love with, as opposed to Notting Hill. He was the commoner who fell in love with the celebrity.
I'm just a girl. What's the name? I'm just a girl looking at
Standing
the
in front
man,
of a boy, standing in front of a boy, asking
asking
him
him,
to love him.
yeah, wow!
Kilabot, diba?
Nakilabot
That's
yun. Oh.
and that's what Rina told me when
Mm.
we got together. Nah. That's
I
what
get that siguro. I get that every 4 weeks. Siguro.
Oh, so Jason has another question. What is the top three ramen in Manila?
You first. Sige, let's alternate.
Uh, Mendocoro Ramen ba?
Mendocoro Ramen was considered by many. I think the conventional wisdom yan yung number one. Slash
Mendocoro Ramen.
slash Yushoken. Basically the
Yushuken. I
same.
haven't tried Yushuken, so that's
It's
why I
basically the
always
same. Oh.
so I always stick to Mendocoro Ramen ba when they ask me.
Parang, 'cause I haven't eaten in Mendocoro in a long time. But my impression was it's the same thing. It's just a different branding, or it's a different kind of seating, or a different kind of service. But essentially, it's the same great, excellent, freaking good
Yeah.
ramen. Gold standard for Manila. I would say still in my top three because it was my first. You never forget your first, right? First love, first kiss, first arrest,
Ramen.
first ramen. um, Ukuke, ramen run.
That's also my first.
Di ba?
That was my first.
And we had remember we were both Seinfeld fans,
Mhm.
and they actually had a guy there
Right.
what is his name? I forgot his name now.
So yeah, but
But he was called
the
the
ramen,
ramen Nazi. Yeah, because
right?
he would only have a limited number of the tonkatsu or the
The
tantan men, one of those, and
tandan men,
then
tandan
pag
men.
ubus na, galit siya sa'yo, no more, no ramen for you. And
And
if you were lucky,
he almost threw me out
oh why? Because
because I was taking pictures.
yeah, he was like that. Yeah, he was like the ramen
He
Nazi.
almost threw me out because I was taking pictures, and
Mm.
then so if the kitchen is over here, I was
Mm.
taking pictures here, and then they flash, and then so the waitress came up
Ah,
to me and then said, "Sir, can you? The chef wants you to stop taking pictures." Sabi ko, okay, but out of curiosity, why? I'll follow, but I just want to know why. Is it not allowed or what? Ano kasi sir, the flash daw is going to his eyes.
of course.
So I said, okay,
What
I'm
if he
sorry.
gets epileptic seizure,
So I said,
drowned from ramen? Oh,
right. So I said, I please tell him I apologize. I took out the flash and then I took the bowl and I put it near the window.
and then he
And then
still got mad at you.
I faced my back to him
Oh,
so that he can't see me. There's no flash or anything. And I continued taking pictures. And then so si waitress comes back to me and goes, "Sir, chef po is asking for you to stop taking pictures." Sabi ko, "Wait, but I'm not using the flash anymore. I'm not facing him anymore. So what's the problem? Are you not you don't allow photography?"
hmm.
"Ah, we do naman po." He goes again. "Oh, can I?" And I didn't know that. I heard. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't hear yet about him being the Raminachi.
Hmm.
So I said, can I talk to him? I go, can you call him? I'll talk
Oh
to him. I
my
went like that.
God.
And then si waitress, I could see yung parang yung fear niya.
Hmm.
Parang she went from stoic na parang pleasant, went, "Sir, sige na po please. Kasi mainitin talaga ulo niya." Gumanon na.
Oh,
Parang
you
lumot siya
probably
sa
get her fired, you know?
exactly. So I said,
Oh,
okay,
she'll get it.
sige. Kung ganon, okay. I'll stop. For your sake, I will stop. Si ano, si guys, if you want to ganito, uh, I am going to place the YouTube link onto the Facebook page. Log on to the YouTube link, and then we will see your comments on there for some reason. So we for some reason we don't seem to see it there. So Abet, who's been trying to join in, my beautiful Rina, Franny, and all of that. I put the YouTube link on the comment section of the Pickiest Eater, and you can join there.
Yeah, ang dami
Oh,
ng comments kaya. Nasa Pickiest Eater. Oh.
okay. So
Ay, wait, top 3. Number 3. Sa'yo, ano
um,
number 3 mo?
no, and so that okay, number two, number three. It's a tie between Raminagi and
Hmm.
um, I just discovered one today, a few weeks ago, called Daburo Ramen.
Hmm.
It's what I love about it is that it's buy one take one for 360 pesos. It's buy
Oh,
one take,
where
and
is
it's
it?
really
Delivery or dine-in?
it's actually an eat
Ah.
together in Mega Mall. Eat together food hall, di
Wait,
ba?
so that picture of you with all those bowls of food is
Yes,
recent? Is recent?
yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago, just literally like 2 weeks before lockdown.
Ah, because I've been wanting to go to eat together. You know, that eat
Yeah,
together
yeah.
sila, Jackson, Vikings group. Let's go back. Oh, gusto ko yun.
Let's go. I went with Joko and Nines.
Okay.
I recall asking you, but I think it was on a Monday, so
No.
sa ayoko,
Yeah,
ayoko.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maybe I was in
Yan.
Pampanga for a family reunion.
Ayan na si Abet. The Abet
Sige.
in
Ako
the
number
house.
3 ko, remember, Rich, I was handling the launch of Mitsuyados, amen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yun. That was my second ramen.
Uh,
Mitsuya, and they were very, very famous for their, up to now, no, for their cheese tsukemen, where you
Tsukemen.
have
That was
these
my first.
thick soba-like noodles and you dip in this cheese. Ah,
You know,
man.
I used to stick only to the cheese tsukemen.
Mm.
But then when I tried the ano talaga, the different flavors, lahat
Mm.
panalo, walang tapon.
Di
Ang
ba? Yung
sarap.
mga tonkotsu, all of these, very intense,
Oo,
deep, rich
they're
broth.
also not just the ano, but there's side dishes. They had one of the best gyoza,
Yeah, totoo. Hapto, no?
'di ba?
Yeah.
And their tempura was phenomenal.
Yeah. I should go back. Let's go back when we can dine
Yeah.
in again. Damn,
Where is
Lex.
this? I think we're talking about Eat Together sa Mega Mall, brother.
Yeah,
Pag pwede
Mitsuyado is in wait, Makati. Wait, where? No, Jupiter at the far end of Jupiter Street.
yeah, and there's
Yeah.
I hope the one in Ayala, the 30th, is still open because that's the one nearest to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, well, you know what we should do after this? We should, if you have any questions, we can just maybe put a summary on your blog. So if you request top
Yeah.
ramen, top burgers, so whoever, I think Jason's the one asking, so he can just have a reference point for when he comes over. And do come over. Not yet, not now, but when it's safer
Oh yeah.
to come over.
Abet made a good point also.
Mm.
Hana Maruken,
Yeah.
happiness. Talagang if you were to put happiness in a bowl, I think it would
Yeah.
look like I think it would look like a big ass piece of
You know
rib.
what? There was a giant. What was that? Was that a giant pork belly slab? What was that?
Rib, parang rib na
Ah, parang
slow.
prime rib. No? They just dropped it there in the middle of the freaking bowl, man. Hana
You know,
Maruken.
we're about to hit an hour, so we can just move the. If you want to move the TV talk to next, the
No,
next
let's
time,
go. No,
go.
make it a 2 hour show. People are still watching. I don't think we're on a curfew.
Okay, all
Why?
right.
Why do you have something to do? Do you have something
Wala.
important to tell? I have nothing to do.
Pork
That's
soft
why
bone.
we put up this freaking show because we've got too much time on our hands. So if I bet you better stay on, birthday boy. I bet happy birthday. You better stay on
Next
until your
question.
birthday.
Next question ni Leroy naman. Best fine dining in Manila.
Huh.
Wow.
The most beautiful restaurant for me, Finestra in where's Finestra? Is it Okada? Holy shit! I keep on. No, City of Dreams in yata. Let me just Google that. That's the most beautiful restaurant. Oh, that's Soler.
Soler.
And then there's one at Okada
Feeling ko
that
lagi
is
kang lasing when you leave Soler because all the places fresh. Si Finestra, you can't seem to remember it.
anong ginagawa ko to sa Soler.
Is Mireo considered fine dining?
Uh yeah, it is. It
Beautiful
is.
place also.
Beautiful place, beautiful bar. Yeah, but here's the restaurant. It's in Okada, La Piazza. Because
Okay.
outside La Piazza, which is a very high-end fine dining Italian restaurant, you see there's a show here, Leroy, that's very much like a Bellagio in Las Vegas. And from what the people of Okada resorts say, it's an even better show than Bellagio in Vegas. And while you're dining or when you have your tiramisu after your beautiful Italian dinner, you can watch a show like 20 minutes long. Beautiful show. It's like dessert, right? And you can stay outside and the water cascade. It's pure water. They were telling it's mineral water, Spanky. We're not using tap water here. It's
Wild.
pure. You can stick out your tongue and really. So that's what I did. Okay, that tastes like Viva. So yeah, beautiful restaurant. I guess the Finestra and then Mireo. A non-hotel. My favorite is this old school guy, Caruso, Emilio Mina. He's a very old. He's 86 years old, but he's still running his restaurant in Makati.
I saw your
That's for
picture.
it's one of my favorite Italian restaurants.
See, Abet recommends Casa Buenas.
Oh yeah, Chef Godfrey La Fortesa, the man, the legend. That's Chef Godfrey. So Godfrey, si God is ano yan. He's a Nobu veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he was a bad boy who was reformed by Nobu and my late good friend and cousin-in-law Ricky Estrellado. So yan, maraming tinayin si Ricky Estrellado, yung mga alaga yan, si Godfrey Lafortesa. There you go.
Okay, so let's go to our top five shows.
Yeah, no, I don't mind getting interrupted. So, oh yeah, just High Fidelity. Did you ever watch the movie of High Fidelity, John Cusack?
Oh yeah, long time ago.
Okay, so it was 30 minutes a series,
Oh,
which
okay,
actually was good, and you can find it if you have a VPN,
I
or
do.
as our friends call it, torrent Pirate Bay. But so what they did was they got so High Fidelity is based on a book by Nick Hornby, and it really is about this guy who's in love with music, collecting vinyl, and how it relates that he was sort of searching for himself. And the way he was trying to do so was going to all his ex-lovers and ask him, "So what was wrong? Was it me? Was it you?" And it was a very good movie. Killer soundtrack. And
Yeah.
that was the movie that made Jack Black. Remember?
Yes.
Right? And so what they did here, one of the best scenes in High Fidelity, the movie, was Jack Black walks in with John Cusack into this bar, and there's this Lisa Bonet, the Cosby Kid,
Mm-hmm.
was singing, and she was singing "Baby I Love Your Way" by Peter Frampton. And see, Jack Black goes to one of the other sidekicks and says, "I used to hate the song." Then John Cusack says, "Yeah, I used to hate the song too." Then Jack Black, "But now I started to love it." So here's the thing. That was one of the best scenes in the movie. The daughter of Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz is now the
Zoe.
lead of the series, Zoe. So they
Yeah.
turn it around. They switch genders. It's even better.
Galing.
So all the record store scenes are there. All the characters are there, and they're more fleshed out. So it's because you're not compared to the 2 hour movie. It's a
Right.
6 hour mini series. Really, really good. High fidelity. Find it. It was I can't remember where I watched. It was really good. The Crown season 4, the Diana
Mm.
season, right?
Yep.
Did you ever see The Crown?
No.
Okay,
I'm
even here's my
no, for some reason I am I find a little bit I find British humor a little or a little bit too dry.
Hindi naman comedy to. It's about
Yeah,
the
that's right.
freaking
British
royals.
British
Prince Philip
television.
just died. Oh my
I know.
god. It's not a comedy.
No, I
Real
know, but
life.
I mean, but British, even I find it a little too dry na parang ang bilis ko mabore. Rina
Uh,
has the same whenever she watches anything na parang ancient aliens or something like that, the moment the narrator is British, she finds it so boring.
oh my god. So if you're talking about Sir Richard Attenborough, wala ka. Makakatulog ka kay.
Kaya nga.
But
So,
to stress to support you, Sir Richard Attenborough, who makes all the best nature videos.
right.
Para yung boses niya parang ASMR talaga.
Uh,
Makakatulog ka talaga. It's really a good way to fall asleep. It's very relaxing. He sounds like Bob Ross. You know the painter, Bob Ross?
yeah.
Now we're going to create happy trees. This guy.
Not Richard, David Attenborough.
David Attenborough. So, yun. But The Crown Season 4, even if you don't need to watch the first 3 seasons to enjoy it, because this is something that we already lived through. The Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher, the wedding, how beautiful Diana was when she was young, and it turns out how terrible her life was inside with the royals. And the lady who portrays her spot on, lalo na si Charles,
Mm.
matching ears, and Camilla. Jesus Christ, man, you've got an A5, A8 Wagyu here. What the hell are you doing with litid? Oh my God. Parang litid si Camila eh, punyeta. Dumbass Charles. But that's
Yeah.
love. That's love. That's love. And then so last among my
Honorable mention.
my honorable mentions would be Rich, you have to watch it. For me, it's the best comedy of last year. Ted Lasso.
What's it?
Ted Lasso. Ted
Ted
and then
Lasso.
Lasso. Lasso. As in
Okay.
the lasso.
Hmm.
And the whole story, he's a high school football coach somewhere in the Midwest. And there's this very rich family or couple that owns this football club somewhere
Okay.
in the UK, right? And they want, and I think the story goes, the owner wants to sabotage his team so he can sell it, right? And just piss off his wife because they were about to get
Mhm.
divorced or they were already divorced. So to
Hi,
sabotage the
Joanne.
team, he gets Ted Lasso out
Okay.
of the blue, I mean, from nowhere. Who's an American football coach going to the UK, right? I think somewhere in
Yeah.
Manchester or something, to coach this very, very famous football team with rabid fans. But it really, really works. It really, really works. Even if you don't know a thing about football,
Yeah.
American or football, Latin, European.
I like
It's so
Jason
good.
Sudik. How do you pronounce Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah, then he's been winning all the awards.
I like him
He's
naman.
won
So,
he's won the Golden Globe, I think. Then he won the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild Award. But it's
okay.
really good. Lista mo yan, ha? This is
Definitely.
your assignment. The Crown season 4. I swear
Right.
you'll enjoy it because you know all of them. And you find out High Fidelity
Mm-hmm.
and Queen's Gambit and Ted
Yep.
Lasso. Those are my top four. My top
Honorable
four
mention.
honorable mentions. Yeah.
We just missed the cut. Kumbaga.
Yeah. Marami pa yan, pero we're running too long. That's a lot. I watch too much TV, I swear.
Okay.
Oh, let's go to our top five.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our actual top five. Let me. Okay, so for
Wow,
Spanky,
what an image. Wait, let me just check his 1950s. Parang ano to,
pero
what is this
nanonood sila
show?
ng Crash Landing, Crash Landing on you.
But that's Captain Lee. Oh, shit. Sorry. Ganda
Hi
yan
pala,
ah.
Joanne. Joanne's watching, Spanks.
Who's John?
Joanne, si Madam Joanne Lim.
Joanna yan eh. Sino ba si Joanna? I don't know a Joanna Lim. Is it Joanna, my kumare? Our
Right.
kumare? Joan. Okay. Hi, Joanne. I haven't seen Joan in a long time. Holy shit. Been a while.
Okay, so Spanky's number five is The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Why
Did
is
you
it my?
finish already season two?
Yeah, of course. But I was very. Actually, here's the thing. I watched season 1, episode 1, almost 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and then I kept on saving this, so it was all in my hard drive, and then I saw the spoiler. Holy shit! So I watched backwards, but even if I knew the spoiler, and I
Yeah.
won't say it because people might not have seen it yet. So this freaking reveal, I still enjoyed every bit of it because it was
Yeah.
this show is essentially a Clint Eastwood western. It
Mm.
is in many respects. So it's all in dusty vistas, and then there are at certain points it turns into a samurai film. But the main character is this very nonverbal character who actually communicates more with his weapons than his own voice.
Mhm.
Then he lives by a code. This is the way.
Yeah.
And I was impressed. And Rich, did you hear about how they shot this?
Yes.
That they hardly had any real sets or physical
Right.
sets.
Virtual
It
lang.
was in
Yeah.
this high tech, parang amphitheater of green screen, but everything looks so damn real.
Parang, in fact, a lot were projections.
Mm. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. And this guys, for the sorry for those of these suckers who like the prequels, he can ditch the prequels. Those those prequels are fucking ugly. They look like plastic toys that you find in 168 in Divisoria compared to this, right? But yeah, you can ditch the prequels. But this show for me saved the Star Wars universe literally after
So
the mess.
what I'm hoping happens here is they use John Favreau or his producing partner to be the sort of like Kevin Feige to make
Siya
tahe
na.
stories of around the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I think he should
Mm,
be, right? He was the capo de
right,
tutti
right.
capi of the whole thing. Because you have to have one visionary, one single vision to
Oo.
drive all the loose ends together.
Latag mo si ano, latag mo yung story what para tahi-tahi, which I feel DC naman doesn't have. That's why medyo kalat yung material ng DC because they don't
Yeah,
really have one person to drive it. Was supposed to be Zack Snyder, but didn't work out that way.
yeah. Zack Snyder. I mean, there. With all due respect, there was a loss in his family, very tragic loss. But even before that, because BVS Rick really sucked, man. I mean, Martha,
Yeah.
Martha. I mean,
You know
what?
the
Wow, wow. You tilt your whole movie based on that. Stupid.
the problem would be from what I'm understanding, talking to Chef Sharwin, was yung the moment nakialam na talaga si
Kathleen.
Warner, pag Warner
Oh.
Brothers nakialam na, it was supposed to be different. It wasn't just supposed to be the Martha thing that changed things, but I can't recall exactly what, but they had to
Yeah,
really
no.
shorten it. So it really came out looking like yun lang talaga.
But then, I won't defend Sharwin here. I've debated him about this. That guy loves these movies.
Yeah.
And he was telling us, you gotta watch an extended cut of BVS. 30 more minutes. After I watch it, still sucks. No, not as bad, but it's still
We have
stupid. But
another special guest. Hi, my friend. It is our friend Sky who's saying hello to Tito Spanky.
hi, Chubby Cheeks, the former Chubby Cheeks.
Gwapong bata. I saw that picture.
So,
Nakahat pa siya. Punta siya ng beach.
yeah, and he's so
Pogi.
tall now. That's the sad thing about this stupid pandemic here, no?
Mm,
And even with Rain, she just shot up. She's turned into a young lady now, and we
I
totally
know.
missed it. All of these transitions, like si Sky nagiging binata, Francis twins. Oh, stop crying. Francis twins are now talking, and they're like doing Easter egg hunting. Iba na, di ba?
Yeah.
And we totally miss that. A lot can happen, and we used to see each other like practically every month. See,
Ano
so
yan?
that's why
Pag the next time I see Sky, feeling ko kahike ko na siya, buisit.
exactly feeling ko ganun din. Oo.
Oh,
Anyway, so hi
okay.
Sky, good to see ya.
Ako naman. Uh,
What's your number 5?
for me, number 5 is Startup.
Ah,
Okay, so
what? Holy shit! Really?
I
Huh?
know
I
this
didn't know you
is
were watching K dramas or K novelas. I didn't know. Yeah.
this is memorable for me because it's the first time I followed a K drama. Uh, Rina watches a lot of K dramas. No, she puts on what was that? Goblin, that weightlifting fairy, and then
Mm.
aning isa, strong woman. So I would just watch, because she would watch it in the room. Ako naga iPad or something, then bits and pieces. Never really followed it. I would just ask her, "Oh, so what happened to ganyan ganyan?"
My
Uh,
question. Just one
yep,
question.
yeah.
Does Rina watch with subtitles or does she watch it with the English dub?
Subtitles, subtitles.
Ah,
She
oh.
likes it because she wants the genuine emotion of the.
Oo, totoo yan, totoo yan. Totoo yan.
Yeah.
Kaya ako,
So
duling na ako eh.
so, but Startup was the first Korean drama where I actually followed the story and got interested in it. And I knew that Rina, and I was telling Rina, I know that I actually I'm genuinely interested in it because hindi ko type yung babae, but I'm still interested in the story. Uh,
And the corn dogs.
and the corn dogs, of course. See, so I really enjoyed it, and
Oh.
I just didn't like the ending. I found na parang medyo they
A
don't.
lot a lot of people were sort of unhappy with the ending.
Yeah, it's like it was almost as if
Oh,
they didn't know how to end it,
yeah.
and they kind of rushed it. Yun. So this became my first. Admittedly, I've after this I've watched another one, a comedy called Waikiki. No, so, parang Welcome to Waikiki. It's a comedy naman that I found funny, but a big part of it was because sobrang ganda ng girl. Kaya that's why I got really interested in it. And but ito genuinely because of the story and all that, I you know I it memorable for me because it was a sinubaybayan ko talaga, as they would
Oh,
say.
kasi this was being shown on Netflix here weekly,
Right.
di ba?
Two
Oh,
episodes weekly.
yeah,
Hello to my
tapos ano.
friend. Hello to my cousin Paulo. Miss you, cuz. And then we have someone watching with us. Hello, sir. I just watched Secret Eats with Adam Richman, and I saw you were eating with him in Lechon Diva's house. That was
Oh
cool.
wow, that's
That
a
was
story right there, Rich.
right. That was one of the amazing experience of my life. I have Spanky to thank for that.
Alam mo,
I,
pag-usapan natin yung next week ko. Then mahabang kwento yun eh, di ba?
but I all I
And
want,
then
I like till the very end. Kala ko joke. I thought you were pranking me. I told
and
Reed.
ano,
I
really?
told him na I think he's pranking me talaga.
Thank you for the trust and confidence. It's really, ano, I'm touched by your ano, loyalty. Grabe ka talaga. Ibang
Uh,
klase.
okay, next. Spanky's number 4 is The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, putang ina. Oh my God. This is an excellent documentary. And this is actually meant to be shown much, much later on in 2020. But, because of the pandemic and then the NBA season had to be suspended for a long time. And HBO said, okay, let's do it. And this is probably my most anticipated series of 2020 because I followed, I was, nung time na to, nung nangyayari tong Last Dance, may cable na sa Pilipinas.
Right.
I remember the reason why, and this is a true story. The reason why I got cable for the very first time was in 1993. Phoenix Suns, Barkley, Dan Marley, and I know that Barkley and Dan Marley, Thunder Dan, were going up against the first iteration, the first three-peat of
Mhm.
Jordan and company, and
The
that's when
Forest
I got
Park
my cable.
years.
Oh, and that's when I got my cable. That was almost 28 years ago. My first cable. Magkano subscription sa cable nun? Maybe like $100 a month. Yeah, but and that was also the summer when there was a big power shortage in the Philippines. But
Mhm.
thankfully, whenever the games would show, there was no brownout here. Then the rest of the day were like 16 hours, 8-hour rolling brownouts all over the Philippines. But I remember that series so well because Barkley was at speak, Jordan was at speak, and they were really, really good friends. Battle not just of pure basketball talent, but also battle of egos. But the Last Dance was actually a story of the very Last Dance, literally the '98 championship, and that was very colorful because, well, Dennis Rodman was there, and the way they structured the series was very, very excellent because they had an episode focused on Rodman, they had one on Pippen, they had one on Jackson, then they had one on the supporting players, including Kukoc, and there you go, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. Really good, really, really, really dramatic. But then and what's the takeaway from all this? Right? Up to now, decades after his retirement, right? Michael Jordan still is the GOAT, number one. And number two, he's still fighting his wars. He's still super competitive. Siya palagi
Yeah.
yung bida.
Right.
Hypnotic, hypnotic. So many excellent players since then, but no one really dominated. And it's sad, no, because there were so many good players who missed their chances for rings because of Jordan and company. Barkley number one, Patrick Ewing, Karl
Malone.
Malone, all of these people. Swerte kasi si Houston Rockets eh. Umalis si Jordan to play baseball. Eh. So Hakim got his two rings and Clyde got his two rings. But other than that, no one did,
Shut
right?
out. Shut
Yeah,
out.
but the Last Dance is something I'd watch over and over again. And I hope they make something soon about the Lakers,
Yeah. The Kobe
right?
Shaq Lakers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The three-peat.
Oo, kasi ano yun eh, madugo rin yung kwento ni Kobe. Eh. Tayo, Kobe fans tayo, di ba? So,
Mm.
Really? Okay, yeah, Purple Lights, brother. Yeah, so
So
represent.
actually, Last Dance was part of my honorable mentions. Di ko lang
Mm.
binanggit because I didn't want to do a spoiler for what you were gonna say. But definitely, Last Dance was on my honorable mentions.
Okay, what's your number four?
So for me, number four is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Wow,
So
shit.
episode five na, no? Last episode tomorrow on Friday.
Friday, yeah. People are
Friday,
just like,
and I'm really excited. I love the action. I love the trip back to the Marvel universe. I like
mm,
seeing how they were able to establish what is going on uh, post blip, the social injustices that was
mm,
caused by the blip. No, it's great because they were able to really humanize it. Diba? They're able to bring it. It's a comic book. It's a comic book world, but with real
mm.
life, real world problems that people can relate to, and the action is fantastic.
I feel this is the most grounded Marvel show or movie ever.
Mm.
If and it takes place really in the MCU. I mean, I love Daredevil season one, but that's obviously low budget, and it's almost had a very little connection. There
Yeah.
was only one instance when Murdoch was talking to Foggy Nelson. Oh, you remember what happened? When these aliens came in, and that was the only mention, right?
Yep.
But this one is crazy. It's crazy good.
So, given nga na akin, my number four was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Ironically, yours is also your number
Oh,
three.
parang kung bata tayo dito, 'di ba? Dapat ikaw si Falcon, ikaw si Winter. Sino ka? Kasi dalawa yan eh. Parang tayo yan eh. Oh.
Oo nga.
Sino ka? Ikaw ba si Falcon? Ikaw si Bucky?
Ako si Falcon kasi ako yung straight arrow, ikaw yung renegade.
Oh, tapos I have problems with my left hand, my left arm.
And
Oh,
even our friend si Raf B, the production quality of Falcon Winter Soldier is really, really good. It's like
yeah.
watching film. I agree.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
agree.
I totally agree. Yeah. I
Mm.
like this better than many of the later Marvel movies. I can tell you right now, easily, walang sinabi dito si Captain Marvel,
Mm.
Doctor Strange, di ba? Kasi for me, masyadong comic book yun eh. Okay lang yun, di ba? Because
Yeah,
you had to
yeah.
drive the story towards the end of what was that? Towards end goal, ano ba yun? End game.
Endgame, endgame.
Everything had to coalesce, right? Towards end game. But this one is a real progression of the MCU and a very minor character like the Falcon, who got very little screen time, and our even si Bucky naman, our
Mhm.
relationship with them was really through
Yeah,
through Captain America. But here, with the luxury of time spread out over 6 hours, now you get to know these characters, and I say, shit, I like these characters more than many of the main MCU heroes. You know,
yeah.
I don't give a freaking fat ass about Doctor Strange. I don't care, right? Captain Marvel, I don't care, right? But these two, my goodness, right? And it's not your typical buddy movie. Di ba kaya
Right.
natin yung ganun? That was our expectation. Medyo mababaw,
Uh,
this happened, and then the first episode blew us away, right? And they just have these crazy action scenes, and but more than that, it's the depth of the story, 'di ba?
yeah.
Parang biglang pumasok yung BLM dito, Black Lives Matter. It's a
Right.
very strong. It's the backbone of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
And these two guys are really excellent actors, huh? Si Anthony Mackie
You
and
gotta say,
what's
yeah.
his name? Crazy.
Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, amazing actors.
Mm.
And I feel sad lang kasi may sipangs na ako eh. There's one more episode left. Shit.
One last, yep.
Yeah. And you don't know is there gonna be a season two, and all of a sudden there might be because I don't know, but I just like the fact that all of there's Elaine Bennett shows up and
Yeah. But she's
Elaine.
She is Madame Hydra. Her character is
Yeah.
Madame Hydra. So,
Do you watch all those YouTube Easter egg videos after every episode? Because there's a lot,
oh yeah, I watch.
di ba?
There are a few that I enjoy
Mm.
watching naman. New Rock Stars,
Screen
uh,
crushes.
Screen Crush.
Screen crush ko. Yun, yung dalawa na pinapanood ko is New
Oo,
Rockstars kasi maganda yung
si si Brother Sharwin ayaw niya kay Screen Crush for some reason. I forgot why he told me, but for some reason I like Screen Crush then.
Yeah, I like Screen Crush. I like Mr. Sunday Movies. I like New Rockstars. So sila yung papanoorin ko.
Hmm.
But universally, even the toughest critics are quite enamored with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm praying na lang that this becomes maybe a 90-minute episode.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of loose ends, di ba?
Yeah, ang daming ano po kailangan solve pa.
I
Like
hope
who
they
the
don't
power broker is.
I hope it doesn't turn into a Game of Thrones situation
Oh.
where you just rush everything or even Lost to some people. They hated the ending of Lost. But nakita mo, alam mo, parang may Pilipino dito eh. But why are we so prominent here? Even in the UN scene, all Philippines is there.
Hmm.
Oh, why are we so prominent all of a sudden in this show?
Saan?
In the UN scene. Do you miss that?
Yeah, what do you mean UNC?
Very prominent. There was one of the our ambassador to the UN, a
Ah,
lady, Philippines
okay.
was there, very prominent.
Uh,
And of course, a few episodes ago, right,
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
the famous rap song,
Because, ano
anti-drug
naman?
song.
Si I
Amat,
forget.
amat.
But yeah, that's the thrust of ano to be more inclusive.
Yeah, but it's really, it's really exciting to see that in a good way we're
Yeah.
being shown, right?
Yeah.
But in real life, will you have someone for the Philippines sit there? Puta, para sinikita ko siya. Just get the shoes and just bang it on the table.
Si
But it's
Abet.
good that
Amats daw sabi ni ano.
Mas pare, 420
Sample nga.
today, guys. Happy 420, guys.
Pasample nga no, Abet. Amats.
Happy
Okay.
Snoop Dogg Day.
So my number 3 is WandaVision, which
Oh,
coincidentally tinatanong ni Brother Raf B our thoughts on WandaVision. Me, I really loved WandaVision. I really loved it. A lot of people were disappointed in the ending. I was not. I was pretty much satisfied with it naman. I think kasi when people were expecting Mephisto and all of that, they got ahead of themselves. So they started, all right, Mephisto's gonna come out, and then Doctor Strange is gonna make a cameo.
yeah.
So ako naman, I said, whoever comes out will come out, but I'm gonna focus on what I know right now. Alam mo sino may kasalanan nun? Si Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany yung may kasalanan nun.
Was he dropping spoilers or hints?
What he said was that on an episode 6 or 7 or something like that, there's going to be our the next guest star is one of the finest actors of this generation that everyone has been wanting to work with, and so blessed to have him on the show. Yun pala, it was him as White Vision.
Wait, how many episodes were there in Wanda? Eight episodes in Wanda.
8 or
diba?
9. I think 8 or 9.
8, yeah.
Yung pala, it was him as White Vision. And then he did another interview where he was saying, so many people were so mad at me for that.
Dapat ano yun. Ano yung role niya sa Da Vinci Code? Dapat bigyan mo siya yung ganun nila.
Oo, si Silas.
Parang Silas. Kasi puti niya si Silas. Oh.
Yeah, that's what Raph said. It's a cameo that will rival daw Luke Skywalker's. Talagang hinipe niya. Yung pala, siya lang hiya talaga tong Paul Bettany na yan.
He was high. Probably high or something. I love I was all in on the first 5 episodes.
Okay.
First 6 hanggang sa Halloween episode.
Mm.
Because I just loved the whole oddity and the risk they were taking.
Yeah.
by going on these tangents, for basically large chunks of episode 1 and 2. It wasn't even on. It was in the old square format for TV,
Yeah.
and no one really knew what the this generation really has no idea about the Dick Van Dyke Show, with one which is based on, or I Love Lucy. They just says, "Oh." Then I was watching, so what the hell is happening here, right? And that was
Mm.
for me was the big mystery. Yung
Yeah.
episode 5, which
May
referenced all the
pagka-lost.
90s.
Uh-uh.
Oo, in the episode 5, puta naiyak ako doon kasi 1980s lahat. Growing
Mm.
pains, family ties, my two dads ba yun? My two dads? Yung tapos na doon pa sila Olsen twins, di ba? They were, it was just
Full
very
house, full house.
Full House, di ba? Parang it was very meta. All of that, here's the most beautiful Olsen, and then he was referring a show which made her family popular.
Mm.
And it was a very good episode, right? And then
Yeah.
where was the big reveal about the witch was it's been me all along at the end of episode 6.
Yeah.
Parang
It's
ganon, no? Then
Agatha all along.
episode 7 was like the flashback. They were in Salem, Jerusalem slot. And
Yep.
then episode 8 was the whole conclusion, the
Yeah.
big reveal. I just thought that, oh shit, there is again the big light in the sky, the dark hole that which we see in all the movies of Marvel
Mm.
MCU. But I could have made it. I would have wanted more low key as far as the ending goes. I didn't need to have that big tube of light or smoke from the sky to the ground, which was there actually,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we all see in the MCU from Thor: Dark World. Lahat nangyayari yan is Avengers. But the first 6 episodes really was.
Yeah.
I didn't like the ending too much, but the ending, I really liked it. Because
Great.
same thing, Rich. Because I never, you know, admittedly, Age of Ultron really sucked. It was like
I didn't
probably the
like it.
worst,
Mm.
top three bottom cans of Marvel movies.
Mm.
And she was there. Of course, Scarlet Witch was there, and her husband, boyfriend, brother, whatever, depends on which movie. Okay, was there. And he was not a really good Pietro at all.
Si
He, he
Quicksilver.
was a he was a lousy Quicksilver, right?
Mm.
The real Quicksilver was the one who appeared here from the
Right.
X-Men movies. Yun
Right.
ang Quicksilver talaga. And that was my only complaint. But here again, minor characters that you don't really pay attention to, right? And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, God, I love these characters. They're much more interesting than some of the main characters. And that's what I love about One Division. And man, my favorite line ever, hindi ko pinagtatawa naman ako, naiyak ako tuwing sinasabi ko to. What is grief but if not love persevering? What is grief but if not love? It's one of the best lines I've ever freaking heard
Totoo.
in any TV
Totoo.
show in it. What is grief but not love persevering? Oh Jesus Christ.
Sapul. Sapul.
Sapul. And for me, okay na. Whatever happens, holy shit, oh wow, that was really good. That was a that's a way to end it. Beautiful writing, beautiful writing. Anong phase na ba tayo sa MCU? Will we be entering phase 4?
Uh, 5. If I recall
5.
correctly. Yeah.
So what we're leading up to here, and their clues are starting to drop now, that later on, maybe Fantastic Force, they're in the horizon.
Mm.
Likewise, the X-Men.
Yep.
Likewise. Holy cow, that we've got one whole integrated MCU. Oh my god,
Sarap
dream
na.
come true. Woo! My gosh.
Okay. So, Spanky's number 2. Crash Landing on You.
Of course. Oh my god, I love this. I love this. Ito lang Si Kag, masyado kong minahal itong series na to. I can't allow myself to watch another one yet. It's been a year since I finished watching this. Wala, masyado akong committed sa kwento nila, masyadong commitment ko sa mga yung mga tita doon sa small village, yung mga kulit, masyadong committed doon sa mga sundalo ni Captain Lee. Everyone worked for me. The whole story just worked. And then the scenes in Switzerland and the music, everything just worked for me. And then the ending, which was sort of bittersweet, but it still worked for me. I just love this. There were so many
I have
good
yet to
scenes.
watch
So
it.
many good things. It's the gold standard for me. When I finished watching it, I made a shout out. What did you recommend? So people, just gave dozens, literally dozens of recommendations. Descendants of the Sun, all of these. Pero sabi ko, I would try to watch. Pati si what was the one you were mentioning earlier?
Goblin,
No, the one you watched.
startup.
Oh, startup. I'm on episode 3.
Mm,
But here's my thing. Pag sa episode 2, 3, I start comparing it to episode 2,
right.
3 of Crash Landing. And my experience with Crash Landing is every episode would peak. Para siyang Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Paganda ng paganda ng paganda. Literally,
See,
ganun talaga siya. Oo.
I would say na I don't know if I'm correct on this, but Rina usually, for her, the gold standard in terms of writing and acting is Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin. For Crash Landing, for some reason, she found it a little slow. She found it too slow for her liking. So hindi niya masyado nasakyan. So siya yung siya yung partner ko dapat manood ng Korean novela. So that's why hindi ko pa to napapanood, because when I told her let's watch it together, I think she finished it already and said
Yeah.
parang she found it too slow.
I would watch it again. I would watch it again.
We have a visitor,
But then,
Spanky. Our
Uy,
friend,
the
si
famous. The famous Papi. Hi, Papi. Oo. Ang galing naman, parang ganda naman ng audience natin. Salamat sa
Oo
panonood.
nga.
Oo, galing naman. Salamat sa suporta. For episode 1 pa lang. Next week meron pa. Matagal lang kayo magkwento ni Richie. Pero
Next week, we'll talk about,
Hindi tayo RAWR. Talagang lalampas tayo 1 hour.
Oo nga, sabi siya, rare hours.
Ito,
Okay.
TV pa lang to. Hindi, may sasabihin pa ako sa Crash Landing.
Ay, sorry.
Rewind.
Okay, sorry.
Hindi, sabihin ko lang sa Crash Landing. Ito really, again, for me, there was so much chemistry between the two stars.
Mm-hmm.
And if I recall correctly, or yung nababasa ko kung sana hindi cheese, up to now, they're still together.
Okay.
So,
wow.
So it resonates for me. Puti talaga na yung love. And para ako, I used to do acting a little sa commercials, sa school plays. Para na-in love ka talaga sa leading lady mo. Oo. Muntik pa akong sagasaan ng boyfriend na leading lady ko. Oo. Kaya na-feel ko to. And the chemistry between those two is, oh my God, crazy.
They call it what do they call it? They call it neoprint. Kasi 3 minutes to develop.
Kala ko Helsinki effect. Pag hostage ka.
Para pati first.
May love ka sa captor mo.
Alright.
Ikaw na.
Okay, so ako naman would be the even though I'm more of a Marvel fan, The Mandalorian would be my number 2. Simply because of that cameo, and not to mention the whole season 2 of The Mandalorian was basically fan service. Diba? It was really to please the fans. Asako Tano, Boba Fett, and sorry to all those that haven't watched it. It was really to please the fans of to give them what they want that they didn't get from the prequel, from the last 2 movies.
So, naalala ko lang, Stockholm Syndrome pala, hindi Helsinki effect. Nandun ako sa Scandinavia. Stockholm Syndrome yung pag may love ka if you're a hostage, you fall in love with your kidnapper, or vice versa. Stockholm, hindi Helsinki effect. So,
in fairness, na-gets ko naman.
It was in the same part of the world.
Yun. So, again, like as we discussed, I was totally blown away with The Mandalorian. That cameo really blew my mind. You have no idea how many times I made Rina watch it, and she was like, magigets ko ba mangyayari? Parang gumaganon siya. And then when she saw the big reveal, even she was like, oh. And then I
Parang
made,
umiiyak ako nun, umiiyak ako. Alam ko
oh,
na
di
yung
ba?
mangyayari. For a month, alam ko na. Pero oh my, the music. Are we
Ano,
gonna do spoilers? No, let's not. But I think people know naman, no? But just in
well,
case they don't know.
it's been like 2 months, no? So,
Wala na, 4 months na kaya.
kaya nga, so
Oh,
the moment I saw the green lightsaber, I was like, no way. It was a matter of ano na lang, how they would do it. Would it be
totoo,
CG? Would it be
totoo.
Sebastian Stan?
You know, in so many shows, they fail to the common term. They can't stick the landing. You know,
Yeah,
that was the number one miserable thing about the Game of Thrones ending. They didn't
yeah,
stick the landing. It was a beautiful. Imagine nagkaroon ng Battle of the Bastards, all of these
yeah,
things. Then you've got this limp ending that felt so rushed.
yeah.
But this really stuck the landing. Hayop talagang literally kasi pag wow, it's one X-Wing. Oh, wow, we're safe. Di ba ganun yung sinabi pag ganun? Oh,
Right.
yeah, fine. Anong una pa? And I watched all the reaction videos on YouTube. I watched hours of reaction to you videos kasi parang
Oo.
there was so
Oo.
much empathy. It was a global thing.
Si,
And I think, wow.
si
And I think
Rina,
for us, oh,
I showed Rina those the fan reactions, and natatawa siya kasi mga iba umiiyak talaga.
bakit
Ito,
ako naiyak ako eh?
oh,
Oh,
si Ref, he got the feels right after he took the yung Luke's
yeah.
team, di ba? Chef Ed
Ako,
Bugia in the house.
siguro yung last 15 minutes nung nakita ng X-Wing. Tapos when he started yung mga killing and using the may nabigyan pa siya, di ba? Yung
Oo,
nag-force
oo.
show pa siya. Puta, nangingilabot ka na eh, the whole time
Oo.
eh. And then when they did the reveal, it just worked, man. And hindi
Galing
lang
talaga.
yun, nung si Grogu nung lumapit na, nakakayak ko talaga. Tinanggal yung maskara
Oo.
ni Mandalorian. Oh my
Mm.
God. That was one of the best TV moments ever. And for me, it saved the Star Wars universe kasi
Yeah.
talaga. Di ba? Kagaguhan ni Brian Johnson and J.J. Abrams had to bend over backwards to try to save it. And so one of our friends, si Jazz, si Eric, sabi nga nila, alam mo, Spanks, in my mind, in-erase ko yung 7, 8, 9. Diba? Because even if 7 was good, 8 and 9 just messed it up. You know, some people hate 8, which I completely agree with. Some people hate 9,
Mm.
right? But people
Ako,
hate it. You're not supposed to hate Star Wars.
I liked 7. I was okay with 8. I hated 9.
Hmm.
I think
Yung
9 would have worked better as a
yun ang fan
twin.
service. Yun ang fan service. Yun ang walang sense. Tapos creepy pa. Remember the scene where there was this black Jedi or refugee from the water planet. Tapos parang kinikindatan siya, dini-DOM siya ni Lando Calrissian. Maybe. Are you his dad or are you
Kaya nga,
creeping up as a dirty? What the fuck? Tapos biglang may nag LGBTQ kiss. Wala namang ganun eh. Parang, what the hell is this? Why are you putting in one of these things? Tapos Mariosep.
you
Di
know,
ba?
I think the biggest flaw of the last one, the Rise of Skywalker, was the last part where Lando says, but there's more of us, diba? That was supposed to be the high point, diba?
Mm.
But there's ano pangalan ni what's his name?
Oscar.
Ni Oscar, what's his name?
Oscar ano. De La
My
Hoya.
God, forgot my God, I have these senior moments talaga.
Paano kasi hindi na-stick yung character? Kung nalala ko si Rey eh.
si speaking of which, si Tito Ray Florence Reyes in the house.
Oo. Hi, Rey.
And then,
Hindi. Lasing na yan. Puta si Tito Ray. Lasing na yan. Nakakatulog na yan. Daming
yeah.
sabi kanina pa.
So
Pero yun.
when he said that part, and then you see the fleet that came out of nowhere, it would have been better, mas ramdam mo sana, if you saw the struggle of Lando trying to gather them because no one wanted to join daw di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is, okay, alis na ako. And then pagbalik niya, maraming tao. If you saw na parang, if there was a scene, if there were scenes where he's going, you see him going to different galaxies, asking for their help, getting turned down, getting he gives a speech where that riles them. Then you don't know whether pupunta sila. But then all of a sudden, that moment, that last moment, he shows up now with them. I would have loved that. That would have been
Yeah.
much better. And the last part where uh where Rey is battling against the Emperor, and then you hear the voices of the Jedi's.
Yeah, yeah.
How
Oh.
how awesome would it be if you actually saw the ghost figure of the Jedi behind? Imagine, di ba mag-all-star cast yan? You
Oh.
see Yoda, you see Luke, you see Ben, you see
Yeah.
Asaka Tano, you see, di ba,
Qui-Gon Jinn, lahat,
Qui-Gon
Jar
Jinn, you
Jar,
see,
wala si Jar
di ba?
Jar.
Jar Jar. If you see them all behind you, all behind Rey, so you know that the power of the Force of the Jedi's are with her.
Yeah.
But instead, you hear voices and you don't know who's who, di ba? So they really parang minadali. I think that's the best way.
Parang di ba? They were able to do it naman sa Return of the Jedi, di ba? Yung lumabas
Hmm.
bigla yung mga
Oh,
Force
so
spirits.
yun.
Pero
Okay.
ako, the dumbest thing about, so before we move on,
Yeah.
putang ina, ba't kissing scene bigla si Kylo Ren at si Rey? Ano yun? There was nothing in the first freaking 75% of movies that indicated there was anything romantic there. Anong bigla may kiss? Kagaguhan yan. That was the
Nakakatawa
dumbest. Fuck that
because
shit.
my friend who's not a Star Wars fan, di ba, they would look off into, they would drift off, and then they could communicate via the Force.
Yeah, yeah.
Di ba? So she was like, when I said Kylo Ren, which one's Kylo Ren? Yung kachat niya. the way the way she would describe it, yung kachat niya.
Shot niya, tapos ginagaslight siya, ginaghost pa siya, tapos biglang halikan niya. What the?
Yeah, I agree.
Come on, JJ, you're better than that. Come on.
All right. So your
Kaya
number
nga, I
one.
mean, thank you for Mandalorian for saving us, di ba? Kasi
Right,
otherwise,
right.
Eternal Debate, parang those two stupid movies left such a bad taste in all our mouths. Ano ba to? Parang nawalan tayong gana sa Star Wars. And Mandalorian just brought us all back
Right.
to episode
I
4.
agree.
Di ba? That's what it's like a big hug. Thank you, Mandalorian. Thank you to,
John Favreau.
yeah, fucking Jan Favreau. And who's the other guy?
Forgot his name, unfortunately.
Yeah, we
I've
keep
been
forgetting names here. We need to do better research for our succeeding episodes. Sige, number one.
Si Mr. Richard Dioda. How's it going, buddy?
Uy, kamusta?
And then, so, number one ni Spanky.
Strangely is The Office.
This is a surprise to me, but at the same, just because matagal na yung The Office, but The Office is no doubt one of my all-time favorite sitcoms.
Ito nangyari dyan, di ba? Yung inila nila, nung start ng... I started watching it because I had jet lag in Sydney and when I traveled there in 2019.
Mhm.
Right? So, paggabi na, tulog na lahat ng tao, nanonood The Office. It was on Netflix eh. I started from the very start. Season 1, episode 1. And I just got drawn in. So, when I got back, especially during the pandemic, when you're looking for something warm and comforting and familiar and funny because it was such an odd, strange, and actually scary thing. So, and you didn't want to think too much. You just wanted to settle in, not really white noise, but you just want something to just comfort you. And it's like a bunch of old friends. Kasi wala tayong kasama nun, di ba?
Right.
Nasa bahay ka lang. Wala kang kasama talaga. And it really gave you the feeling of camaraderie, warmth from all of these. Parang KTG eh. Nakasama mo sila. Di ba? So I went through all the episodes, all the seasons, hanggang umalis si Mike. And I stopped there at the airport scene. Right? And that was
Yep,
such a
yep.
poignant, for me, perfect ending. He left and he whispered something to Pam, which was almost like Bill Murray whispering something to Scarlett Johansson at the end of
Lost in
Lost in
Translation.
Translation, right? So it's for such a poignant, beautiful ending. Perfect. And now, for those who've not seen The Office, I think it's wala na siya sa Netflix sa America rin. Tinanggal na rin. Because NBC is gonna have their own streaming service.
We have na Peacock.
But for the longest time, for years, the number one show on Netflix America was The Office.
Yeah.
People were just watching it. It was like, nung bata tayo, di mo, dahil tayo sa States, di ba? You turn on TV, may Seinfeld. Random episode lang. Or Friends ngayon, di ba? But
Yep.
Office was like, and that it was a very, very, siguro odd and a happy accident for everyone because people thought that this was Office season 1 was in 2005. It ended in 2014. And people thought that the mga Gen Z hindi na makukuha, but they loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it. It was embraced by the Gen X, it was originally meant for, and then Gen Z, and then the millennials all loved it. So yeah, so no, I still have it. I still watch it. Comfort ko. Ito yung comfort food TV ko. I
love
wish
the
it was, sana nga malagay sa Netflix dito eh. Para you can just, pop in a random episode. Wala pa, inantay ko pa. But yeah, that's my favorite. Ikaw, ano yung number one sitcom ever mo?
Yeah, Friends.
Friends, of course. Yeah, this is my number one. So I would watch it again and again and again. And yeah, and what lang, last na lang before you go to your number. What other show did I watch again for I'm not sure. For the 10th time siguro. End to end. Band of Brothers.
Oh, medyo mabigat lang for me to
Oh,
marathon. I would like do 2 or 3 and then
yeah.
medyo mabigat eh.
Band of Brothers kasi whenever you watch it, putya biglang may sumikat na, di ba? Tapos si Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, David Schwimmer nandun eh.
Oh, David Schwimmer nandun. Puta nandun pala si Magneto was there in a very minor role. Parang dami. Tapos sobrang sikat na sila lahat ngayon, di ba?
Galing.
Si Winter sobrang sikat na. Of course, he's in billions and everything. But yeah, Band of Brothers is something I watch again and again. And I'll probably watch again this year. And then The Office. I'm actually rewatching some episodes now. So yeah, thank you to The Office, Steve Carell and company, Pam, Jim, everyone. Lovely show.
All right. So ako naman, this is something that I discovered. I would see it a lot. I would hear it. I would hear it a lot. I would hear about it a lot, but I never actually tried to watch it until I forgot where I saw a clip, and medyo natawa ako. So I said, you know what? It's worth. I think it's worth checking out. And then I ended up really just loving it. It's called Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
When did you start? This nung pandemic?
Yeah, just the pandemic talaga.
Natapos mo na yung 6 seasons ba si Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, finished it. Have you watched it?
Yeah, of course. Oh,
So
early adopter ako. Wala pa na nung dati. Para ako pala, wala akong makakwentuhan. Oh.
So, it's funny because I asked my sister to watch it. And she was saying that so far she started it, but she doesn't, parang none of them are likable. All of them are irritating and annoying. Then I said, that's the beauty of the show. Because you're gonna start off like that. But by the end, you're gonna see how the town changed them. And you're really gonna be rooting for them. And
nasa Netflix ba to?
It's in Netflix US. So if you have
kung may VPN ka, pwede.
if you have a VPN, pwede. So ako, I fell in love with the show talaga, and just watching more about it, about how they affected LGBTQ. You know how, because the relationships are treated like a normal relationship eh. Diba? And ganda na execution. The jokes are funny. Normally I'm not a big fan of Eugene Levy. He's always the annoying neighbor ni Steve Martin or something.
Annoying dad.
Diba? But here I think he was really good as
Diba? Silang magama yung nagsulat dito.
Yes,
The
yes.
and the writing is
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
impeccable. Ang
I,
ganda
I
ng
love
writing ng show na to.
Catherine O'Hara. She's
Mm.
brilliant talaga. She is brilliant.
And the chemistry among all the castmates, the characters, and similar to The
All.
Office, di ba? Alam mo, there's a real affection between
Yes.
everyone. They're not just acting, and they love what they're doing. They love that they're shooting. They love their characters, and after the shoot, they love each other. You can
Yeah.
feel it eh. That's why ang warm ng show na to eh.
Right, right.
Nakakatawa talaga. Absurdo talaga. Nakakatawa talaga.
So yeah, that is my number one that I watch this quarantine. And thank you for the beautiful comment, Raf. This is a great stream, guys. I
Yeah.
feel like you're reading my mind when you talked
Yeah,
about Star
thanks,
Wars.
Raph.
Thanks for hanging out with us. And to all my friends that are commenting on Facebook, we see you, but we can't seem to post it. So,
Next
see,
week.
Richie Dio that just said that's what she said. Ray's
Oh my
loves The
God. That's what
Office.
she said.
So I'm gonna try to fix this. So yeah,
Hindi.
and
You not try, you do that.
I
You
have
try
to,
that. That's why you fail. Oh.
do or do not.
No.
All right.
Oh, 2 hours. There are hours.
Oh,
There are
ito 2
hours.
hours na.
Parang hindi talaga 1 hour to.
Kaya nga
Bullshit.
eh.
Yun. Oh,
Wala pa
parang
sina
shit
Abed.
yan.
Wala pa sina Abed, sina
Oh,
Chucky, sina Ray, sina Mark.
oo. Hindi, alam naman nila. Alam naman nila, di ba? We will start guesting them one by one. Hindi
Naman.
pwedeng sabay. Oo, pero yun. Kasi yan, si Abet. Happy birthday, Abet.
Oh,
Happy, ilan taon si
magbe-birthday pala
Abet?
si Abed.
Oh, 50 years old na yan. Oh, happy half century, Abet Lib. Mr. Stony Boy, kasi
When you guest Abed, magsa-song number yan. Wala may song number. Be My
Golden
Lady.
Boy.
Yun na,
Yeah.
alam na. Be My Lady.
Heartthrob.
Naka-reserve.
Heartthrob yan sa St. Jude nung mga 1974. Oh,
Wow,
Martial Law. Oh, heartthrob siya dun. Oh.
Embryo pa yata.
Hindi, ano yan. Mukha na siyang bata. Oh. Oh. Nung nakilala ko si John, mga 12 years old yata si Joanna. Something like that. We'll find out when they guest with us.
Okay, 50 daw talaga. Alright, brother.
Okay, good night. 11 o'clock na. Magpapatulog pa ako ng mga alaga ko dito.
Alright, bro.
Good night, Rina. Good night, Rain.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you next week.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Same time, same bat channel.
Thank you to everyone who watched.
Oh, yeah, thank you so
for
much.
you.
Yeah. Puta, tatlo na lang. Wala na. Sirino na lang. Okay, good night, Chewy Show. Thank you for watching, and to our audience, di ba? May taga Sydney, may taga America. Salamat.
In fairness,
See you next week.
Yung misis ko stayed all the way. Siya yung nangungulit na, huy, nagko-comment mga tao, hindi mo pinapansin.
Siya na yung parang Trixie Bugian natin dito. Siya ang ating producer. Thank you for our producer, Rina Zamora. Thank you very much.
Hi, my sinigang friends. See you tomorrow kung mag-record tayo. All right.
See you. Take care, guys.
Anything you want to promote?
Bye.
Anything you want to promote?
Wala, magpa-vaccine kayo. Kahit ano, basta pa-vaccine kayo.
Just follow Spanky at lets.eat.ph on Instagram.
Tsaka if you can support the community pantries, please do so.
Yes. All right. Yeah. And then I am Pickiest Eater on Instagram and the Pickiest Eater on the world on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See you next week, brother.